Dave,
Hey,
just your thoughts heading into the weekend, and if you've settled on your three starters for the weekend, please.
yeah, we'll start with the starters. We'll go with Paulette Friday. We're going to give Vermillion a shot on Saturday again, and then Lockhart on Sunday. And then, as far as the weekend, it's a tough place to play. They're undefeated at home. They're on a little bit of a roll right now. Statistically, they swing the bats. Their starting pitching's been really good as far as the weekend guys. They had a midweek game last night. Sometimes that's good, sometimes not. A lot of times if you're playing well, you want to play and keep the momentum rolling, and they did. We try to find out as much as we can about them, as far as how they play the game and offensively, and then tendencies on the mound. So I think we've done a pretty good job there. I think it'll be a big challenge, a really big challenge for us, traveling down there on a couple of buses, and just a real road series, true series. It'll be good experience.
All right, and then on Vermillion, what have you seen from him in the? I know he had one outing, and whatever workouts you've seen from him to put him back in there.
Well, we just haven't really seen more than what you've seen in the games. Is feel like his, he throws 3 or 4 pitches for a strike. He came in the other day and got through a couple of innings. I think he had a strikeout or 2, but mixed it up pretty good. Wasn't throwing the ball as hard as maybe we would like him to, low 90s, but he did throw everything over the plate. So I think that's a big key, just his experience as well. We feel good about our bullpen right now. If we took Zeb, out of the rotation, he would just join a kind of a crowded bullpen. And so we just felt like we just need to give him a shot to start again.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Dave, how did this series come about? I'm trying to remember. Was this a return deal, or were you guys just looking to get down south, for some hopefully good weather early, or kind of how'd this come about?
Well, this series came about because we need to be out of town this weekend because of the national championship track meet. Normally, I like to play at home the last weekend before conference opens up. But 5 years ago, I think when they put a bid in to host this NCAA national championship indoor track meet, and they got it, I think I think the NCAA wanted to make sure that maybe there wasn't some other events going on in the area. Little did they know at the time that fans weren't going to be all over the place here. So, I was asked by administration if I could look to be out of town this weekend, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and I guess the Warrant area is your baseball indoor facility too. So that probably, you guys couldn't use your indoor facility because they're using that for track.
We haven't been able to use that a lot. They've had more indoor track meets this year, and there's been pro stuff. There's been all kinds of stuff, but it's kind of a 1-year deal. It's worked out because of the weather, but we haven't had it a lot on some Thursdays and Fridays and even Saturdays. If we would have had some bad weather, we would have, it would have made it a little more difficult, but it's worked out. And, hopefully both of our track teams will do really well this weekend.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, Dave, with Vermillion, do you think having that one outing, a couple innings out of the bullpen might be just enough to kind of refocus them and get them back on track?
I hope so. I don't think he's been bad by any means. I just think that we just want more. And, hopefully, he started the game. He's been out of the bullpen. He's gotten to really focus in on what he needs to do. And he'll go out and have a good outing against a good hitting team. They're going to be like the last 2 weekends. They're going to be older and physical. They hit for some power, and they pitch pretty well if you look at their numbers. So it's going to be the same type teams we played the last couple of weekends. Difference is we're playing in their park. It's sold out. We didn't hardly get any tickets. It's going to be all them.
And then also with Bolden, do you think maybe a move back to the bullpen this week could do him some good as well?
Well, he didn't pitch well enough to get the ball back for a start this weekend. He didn't command his breaking ball at all. And, you've got to throw your breaking ball for a strike when you're, unless you're just overpowering, or you can really, really locate that fastball. And we haven't seen that the last couple of weeks from him. And so we felt like that, maybe long relief is his role for now. He did such a good job with it opening weekend. And if we need to go with that again, that's what we'll do.
Nate?
You see some advantages, Dave, in playing a true road series before you go to the conference, since it was neutral site that you play the other ones?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're facing the same team 3 days in a row, and you kind of figure each other out a little bit. And, it's a true road test. It's not like we're going to a place where we know we're going to roll in there and win 2 out of 3, even if we don't play well. We'll have to play really well to win 2 out of 3. Like in conference, just because of, the maturity of their team, the talent they have. It'll give us a lot, I think, to build off of. Hopefully we'll do well, but it'll get us ready for playing at Mississippi State in a couple of weeks.
I saw where they hit like 313 as a team. How do they compare with what you've seen offensively?
Well, I mean, they've got some guys with power up and down the lineup. They got a couple of guys up top that can run. They'll bunt and handle the bat a little bit, but I think they're going to be kind of like the teams that we saw last week and the week before. I don't know if they're better or not as good. We'll find out. I think the key is that they're at home and we're on the road. So we played down there a few years ago in a midweek series on the way to a tournament in Dallas, and we lost on a Saturday, we lost on a Tuesday night, and then found ourselves down like 8 runs after 2 innings on a Wednesday, and we came back and won that game before we went to the Frisco tournament. So it's a tough environment. It'll be packed and it'll be loud. I'm sure they're going to promote where we're rated and ranked, and I think that we're going to get a real feel for what it's like to be on the road in a tough environment.
Thanks.
Jason?
Coach, you mentioned their pitching. What have you seen from their 3 starters this weekend, and how important is to get off to a good start early in these games?
Well, the lefty that we're going to face on Friday is a big kid, big, tall, big, strong left-hander. Just fills up the zone. His numbers are good. Sinks it. He pitches in to righties. He's doing a great job. That's why he's throwing first. He's a senior, like just about everybody we're going to see. Their lineup's a bunch of seniors. So whether it's COVID senior or straight up senior or 5th year senior, whatever, 90-mile-an-hour lefty, right-handers on Saturday and Sunday. Pretty much the same, maybe just a little bit more velocity wise. They've got a couple, 3 guys that have good numbers out of the pen. You always wonder what the depth is of other teams' bullpens. I hope we have the opportunity to find out.
And just your lineup, any changes with how you're doing your lineup, or where you go left field and third base this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure yet on that. I really would like to see Webb get going. They are throwing a left-hander Friday, so I might put him out there. And plus, he's our best defender. You want to try to be strong. Even though there's a left-hander going, I'll probably go with the same infield I started with last week. And I could start Jacob. I'm not sure yet. Nesbitt at third, but then I have to take out a bat. And Jacob did get a big hit for us the other day, obviously, and helped us jump that lead up 3 runs with that one swing. But I don't know, still working on that a little bit, and it's good to have some options. That's for sure.
Tom, we'll come back around to you.
Oh yeah, facing one of your proteges, I guess. What have you thought of the way Lane's built up the program?
I think he's done a tremendous job. They've elevated that program over the last 5 years, and that's when he got there 5 years ago, to more of the top of their league. And before that, they were in the middle, or maybe the other end. Maybe they have a good team here and there, but they've been good every year. He's got Mitch Gaspard on his staff. Mitch used to be the head coach at Alabama. He's recruiting coordinator there. He's been all over the place, got a great pitching coach. I mean, they've got some guys that are known around college baseball, coaching on that staff. And Ruston's a real pretty town. They have a brand new ballpark this year. They play in a good league, and if they work and they're getting support from their athletic department, they're doing what they need to do. And Lane's a really good person, a really good coach. I'm really happy for him. Obviously, I want to win them all, but I look forward to seeing them.
Hutch,
Dave, I was looking at the forecast and it looks like there's a chance of rain on Sunday. Has there been any talk of maybe a doubleheader one of these first 2 days?
Not yet. They had a game last night at Monroe. So I guess if they probably wanted to get through that, that's probably a semi-rival game for them. It's right down the highway. And they were losing going into the 7th, 3-1, and they scored 7 runs. So they're probably glad to get that behind them. Now they can focus on the Razorbacks and if they need to make any changes. Obviously, we'll do whatever they tell us. I wouldn't mind playing a doubleheader just because we haven't played one this year, and I know it's coming. And sometimes it's good to get the feel for that because it's a long day. You got to use a couple different catchers maybe, and you just have to make some adjustments. And sometimes it becomes a mental thing. So it wouldn't bother me a bit if that's what we need to do, just because of the experience factor.
Nate, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Jason, anything parting words? All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
Okay. See you guys.